Welcome, Feuzion, to another Sports Fusion episode here on YouTube. My name is Alex Hughes, the host of the show. We have a big show for you today. On today's show, Ian Browne, who is an MLB.com reporter since 2002 for the Boston Red Sox. So, Ian, how are you doing today? It's been a busy week for the Red Sox. They're now in first place. So, how have you been doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Just looking out here from my hotel room in San Diego. It's a beautiful marina out here. So it's hard not to be happy when you're in San Diego and covering a pennant race.
Yeah, definitely. And I saw a tweet earlier today that someone said the Red Sox fate is basically in the Yankees' hands right now, going forward for this pennant race, and that's an incredible tweet, I thought. So, what is your thoughts going forward for the rest of the MLB Red Sox season this year?
Yeah, but there's two ways to look at that. I mean, after today's game, the Red Sox, every game they play for the rest of the season is against the American League East. And, most of those games are against, the Orioles, Yankees, and Blue Jays. So you can say the Red Sox fate is kind of in their own hands because, they have their opponents right in front of them. So they have to take care of business. The Yankees come into Fenway for 4. The Red Sox go to New York for 3. The Red Sox play Baltimore next week for 3, and then they go to Baltimore the week after for 4. And then the Blue Jays is the real interesting one because, those two teams are tied right now. Red Sox at Toronto this weekend for a 3-game series. That should just be a great series. And then the last 3 games of the season are at Fenway Park, Red Sox Orioles. So not only is it the last regular season games in the career of David Ortiz, but also, it looks likely, I would say at this point that the American League East will be decided in that last week of the season.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. And like you just said about the final few weeks of David Ortiz's career, and I want to ask you, you've been at most of the games this season, so what is it like been covering a player like David Ortiz, especially this season? We haven't ever seen a guy hit the numbers or produce the numbers that we've seen when he announced before the year that he's retiring.
Yeah, it's just another example of how David Ortiz rises to the occasion. He knows that this is going to be his last year, so he's put all his, all his focus into the season. He has not been distracted by all the retirement stuff, all the gifts, all that. He's just kept his eyes on the prize. He's loving playing in a pennant race again. He's loving the young, talented players on the team who have really, energized him. And it's been, a joy to watch David this year, and I haven't seen really any change in him. I think that some guys announcing a retirement of his, when you're his stature player, they can weigh you down. But David always has liked to be in the limelight. So he, none of it's bothered him. It's just another year in the life of David.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier about the young players that he's been playing with, and one guy is Mookie Betts, and Mookie is in the conversation for MVP this year, right?
Yeah, Mookie's had a heck of a year here, and he's one of the several guys who are in the race for MVP. This is a guy who can win a game with his bat. He can win it with his speed. He can win it with his power. He can win it with his arm. He can win it with his glove. So he can do it all. He really has no weakness in his game, and just the fact that he's now hitting cleanup for this team after starting the season as a leadoff hitter is kind of surreal a little bit.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. Also, a few weeks ago, the Red Sox dealt with some bullpen problems. So do you think the Red Sox bullpen problems are fixed now?
Well, we'll find out soon because, look, Koji Uehara just got activated the other day. He hasn't pitched yet since he's been back. But, he's going to be a big part of what they do here. Brad Ziegler got hit with a nasty flu virus over the last week and hasn't really pitched in over a week now, I think. Yeah. And, they really, he'll be an important guy for them. Joe Kelly has just come back from AAA. He converted from starter to reliever this season. He throws in the upper 90s. So they need some of these guys to give them some important innings here. And the bullpen, like you said, the bullpen really is their biggest question mark here as we head into the final month of the season.
Yeah, definitely. And so let me just ask you before we wrap up this interview, what do the Red Sox need to do for the rest of the season to make the playoffs again like they did in 2013?
Well, I think if they can, two things. They can protect leads in the late innings, and they can hit with runners in scoring position. Because those are the two areas they've struggled in lately. And even with those struggles, they're tied for first place. So those could be difference makers right there. Relief pitching and more timely hitting.
Definitely. Okay, Ian, I want to say thank you for coming on the Sports Fusion episode today, and have fun today at the game.
All right, great talking to you. Thank you.
Yep. Okay, Fuse Nation, you just heard from Ian Browne, who is an MLB.com reporter for the Boston Red Sox, and he had to say what the Red Sox need to do to continue to make the playoffs this season. Thank you, Fuse Nation, for watching. I will be back here live at 2:30 with another interview. Thanks for watching. I will see you later.